What's up, everybody? I'm Damon Hatfield here with Tom Marks. Tom has a great piece on IGN.com today breaking down the amount that video game retailers take from the sale of each game. And this is all coming up because when the Epic Game Store launched last year, there's a lot of talk about how they're only taking 12% as compared to their number one retailer, Steam, taking 30%. But as it turns out, that 30% is pretty much what everyone else is taking. That's the industry standard, is that correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much right. A lot of people, when Epic came out with 12% and Valve, the 30% number was pretty widely known, people thought that that was really high, and that's been the conversation since. And if you're in the industry, you probably already know this, but it actually turns out that that 30% number is pretty much just what it is across the board. All the physical retailers do that, the app stores do that, like Google and Apple. It's just generally the norm. And I don't think that that is the perception for most people who are just playing and buying games on the regular.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So it's
Yeah.
actually, it's not just that Epic is undercutting Valve, it's that Epic is undercutting pretty much everyone else.
Pretty much.
in the entire industry.
They're undercutting physical retailers. On top of that, an important part of if you use the Unreal Engine and you're selling through the Epic Store, the 5% license fee for that, the royalties that usually go for the Unreal Engine, are waived on the Epic Store too. So if you're selling on Steam, then it's actually like another 5% you're saving through Epic if you're using Unreal. So there's a lot that they're doing that's like pretty significantly lower than anybody else.
Now, you spoke to multiple sources for the story. Were these sources actually developers, publishers?
It was kind of all around. We talked to some developers, we talked to some people on the publishing side, we talked to the retailers themselves, like we have a statement from Microsoft within the article. So yeah, we tried to get a pretty wide spread of like anybody in the industry who kind of had info on this stuff.
And one of your sources told you that there is currently tremendous pressure across the industry to lower the cut
Yeah.
that stores take. What does that mean to you? They want stores to be taking less than 30% across the board?
Yeah, I think what it basically indicates, and that's not a direct quote, it's just kind of the sentiment they had. I think what this indicates is really that people want this to change. There's growing sentiment that 30% is too much, and people are seeing what the Epic is doing in a very real way. And not just Epic, they're not the only person who's gone below 30%, but people are seeing that and saying, hey, this should change, this is too high, and this needs to go down. And that's, whether that's actually picking up steam, who knows, of like actually changing. Sorry, no pun intended.
I want the pun to be intended. The pun should always be intended.
I'm sorry. Well, whether that's actually getting the ball rolling on that or not is one thing, but people definitely, from what we've been told, want that number to be lower and want the standard to go down.
And like the point of your piece wasn't to try and like heap praise onto Epic,
No.
or to try and damn the other retailers that are charging 30%. It's just to sort of bring awareness to what most of these stores are taking for themselves.
Right. These are things that, once again, if you're in the industry, you know all this probably, but it's things that are very behind closed doors, very businessy, and I think it only benefits everyone, gamers, game developers, pretty much everyone, to have all this information out in the light.
Well, it's a very interesting piece. You can check it out on IGN.com. Did these numbers surprise you? 30% across the board, industry standard? Let us know in the comments, and for much more on everything video games, stay tuned, IGN.